Film I caught recently at a local, to me, independent theater. Not a very wide release, probably not in the theaters at this point, but certainly, as is the fate of everything, will be appearing on streaming sooner or later and physical media, is from this year, 2022, Infinite Storm with Naomi Watts. This is an interesting film. It's basically just two people, more or less, in the entire film. Watts plays a woman who lost her children due to an accident years earlier and is basically still struggling with those memories and works on it via being a search and rescue person on Mount Washington in New Hampshire, one of the tallest mountains in the country. And very extreme weather, too. You know, at the base it can be okay, but at the top it's blizzardy, wintry, windy, extreme. And she is just sort of making her rounds on the mountain as she does every day, and she finds a guy atop the mountain, more or less catatonic, just sitting there. And the film then becomes her struggle to get him back down the mountain to safety before night falls, before the weather gets even more extreme, before he succumbs to hypothermia, or before other injuries in the trek, take one or both of them. And it's just this amazing, absorbing, grueling tale of two people and the will of at least one of them to survive, based on a true story, apparently. And the movie does give you a little bit of an update at the end with what happened with the real people, or what the events in the film, how they impacted the real people. But this is really Naomi Watts' movie. Her co-star is, as I said, mostly catatonic and hair on his face. You don't really see much of him for the majority of the movie in terms of expression and things. He's just this guy who barely says anything, obviously went to the top of the mountain for a reason and was not prepared to come back down again. And it is just a, person versus nature movie. It kind of reminded me of All Is Lost, or something like that. These movies where somebody finds themselves in a situation where they are initially fairly equipped to deal with their surroundings and the weather, and their surroundings and the weather really put them to the test. And whether their preparation or lack thereof will have a gigantic impact on what the elements around them are deciding how their life is going to go. So this is, as I said, very good movie. I knew almost nothing about this going in. It was not heavily advertised. It just showed up at a local art house, and really glad I saw it. Really pretty powerful in the end, and just one of those movies where you're edge of your seat and things keep happening. Even before the story proper starts, things happen to Naomi Watts where you're just like, and now she's dead. This is a 20-minute movie, because there's no way she's going to survive this. It's just, it's amazing. So, and the fact that it was a true story and that these people were able to do what they did for as long as they did is kind of shocking, really. So I don't have a lot to say about it other than that. Highly recommend it if and when you can get a chance to see this. Obviously, everything is better in the theater. It's pretty nice cinematography in this film. There are moments in this film where the two people are walking along a snowy ridge on the mountain, and the camera, again, the power of wide shots. I get a little buggy when movies are all shot like this all the time. It's like, where is the person? Where is the other person? What's going on? This movie knows the power of a wide shot, and it will pull back and give you these insanely wide shots where you're like, oh, that's a pretty mountain. Oh, what are those two specks? Are those trees? No, those are the people. They are insignificant dots compared to everything that is surrounding them. How are they ever going to survive this? So really, really good movie. Infinite Storm, available wherever films are found, probably by the time you see this.